Welcome everybody to the NXTeam predictions for WWE Summerslam 2019. I'm your host, the Rated R reviewer, Stephen Osborne, joined as always by the General Jerry Slaughter.
Good afternoon, wrestling fans.
And today, live from Toronto, Ontario, Canada, we have the Simple Man, Noah Foster.
Good to meet you there, Noah.
Pleasure to finally meet you two gentlemen.
And we are here to run down this card, of course, as quickly as fucking possible. We're going to start with the Cruiserweight Championship, which may or may not be on the kickoff. May or may not, but I think we can safely assume it probably will be. So before you get too mad, we've got...
Drew Gulak versus Odie Lorcan.
I could not think of a more thrown together idea. Although I don't watch 205 Live, so there might be a lot of storyline behind this. But
no, there is a 5-pack or 6-pack challenge?
First ever 6-pack challenge in the brand's history.
Yep. They had that match and Odie Lorcan won that, so that made them #1 contender for Drew Gulak.
Yeah, hell of a storyline.
Woo! Simple as that.
Considering that, I'm just gonna go with Drew Gulak's retain.
Yeah.
Without a decent storyline build-up, I don't see a title change here.
Well, he just now got the belt. He just now put the plates on, and they're gonna take the ball and run with it with Gulak. So I'm definitely gonna say Gulak as well.
Plus, it doesn't seem like Oni Lorcan does anything all that big without Danny Burch by his side.
Yeah.
So that's my thoughts.
Noah?
This is one of the matches I'm most looking forward to, not only because I am a supporter of 205 Live and believe it matters and does not belong on the kickoff show, but I'm also meeting Drew Gulak live tomorrow. With that being said, Oni Lorcan and Drew Gulak have incredible history going all the way back to CCW. They've met multiple times in Beyond Wrestling. They've also met on Pro Wrestling Celebration Days. And most of the times, Drew Gulak has won with the Gulag. Drew Gulak is on a whole nother level versus anyone else in the Cruiserweight division. Drew Gulak is winning this match, but I expect this to go the distance.
Awesome.
So we are in agreement on that one. What's next, Noah?
Let's go ahead and talk about Goldberg versus Dolph Ziggler.
Now, I was kind of hoping to save this for later, because I'm a huge Goldberg fan.
Yeah.
I got to see him live one time in the late 90s on WCW Nitro. That was my first wrestling live event, and he was the first guy out. They started the show, he walks to the ring, gets in the ring, hooks up this car battery to these jumper cables, and then the pyro goes off. That was my very first live wrestling experience, and I cannot wait. 20 years later, I get to see Goldberg live again. I am going to go fucking nuts. Like, you guys have no idea. I'm going to go nuts. So, in that vein, I'm going Goldberg. Like, I could see him maybe, you know, passing the torch, giving the rub to Dolph Ziggler for some odd fucking reason, but nah. Goldberg for the win.
Alright. Or do you want to also do the tiebreaker right now, too?
Ladies
Yeah,
and
we can
gentlemen,
drop that.
there is a tiebreaker for this, and Price of Right rules do not matter. We are going to predict how long this match will last, down to a second.
I think this match is going to last longer than most everybody else is predicting. I think Goldberg is going to be hot from the beginning, but Ziggler is going to catch him off a mistake and work him over for 7 or 8 minutes. I feel like that's how it's going to make Dolph Ziggler look good even in defeat, is that he can put on a good match with Goldberg. And then Goldberg will come back at the end, get the rest of the squash, and there you go.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go 8.5 minutes on this match.
Wow.
I feel like if I'm in a tie with somebody, that's definitely going to be tiebreaker worthy. Jerry?
Alright, well, since my favorite number 37 was taken already.
37-minute match?
37 seconds.
Oh, I was like, who went with a 37-minute match?
I think,
Jesus.
I think Aaron had already said 1:37. I'm going to go 1:38, and I'm going to say Goldberg. Because, like, I do believe that maybe Ziggler could pull off an upset or whatnot, but it seems like he just lost to Undertaker. They're going to give him a win, regardless. So, but even then, if they do that, it's going to be a squash match. And what I'm really hoping for is that we get the debut of Matt Riddle, since they have so much internet beef. Have him just show up on the ramp at the end and just do a fake applause or something to Goldberg, or for them to have some sort of stare off.
So a minute 38, you're gonna Price is Right this bitch on.
Yes, I am.
I love Price is Right. Shout out to Bob Barker. By the way, Aaron actually said 37 seconds.
Yeah.
So you went a minute plus 1 second.
Oh, okay.
With that being said, this is obviously to give Goldberg his redemption, just like they did Undertaker at Extreme Rules. Goldberg has to win this. Dolph's getting a payday, and he's going to take a lot of bumps here. I can see this going longer than Survivor Series, a minute 26 seconds. So with that, I'm just going to say, out the blue, 6 minutes, 21 seconds.
All right.
Undercutting me a little, but that's okay.
Well, I know.
Okay.
I feel like it's got to go longer than 5 minutes because Dolph Ziggler's going to duck and dodge, I feel like.
Dodge, duck, dip, dive, and dodge.
Well, in the vein of current superstar versus Hall of Famer, let's go with Trish Stratus versus Charlotte Flair next.
Mm-hmm.
This is where I think the current superstar gets the win. I think Charlotte Flair goes over Trish Stratus. She's such a nice lady. I got to meet her at a Comic-Con, and such a nice lady. I feel like she's there to put over Charlotte Flair, because Charlotte Flair's kind of cooled off a lot.
Yes.
In the last several months, and this would give her some hot momentum, hopefully going into a Raw or SmackDown Women's Championship feud. And I know she's on SmackDown, but I mean, it doesn't really seem to matter anymore. We could see her go for the Raw title against Becky, although I think that match is a little played out. But anyway, I see her getting the momentum off this match. Charlotte Flair with the win. Noah?
Trish Stratus already had her moment in Toronto back in Unforgiven 2006 when she beat Lita and became 7-time women's champion. Still one of my favorite pay-per-views to this day, by the way. There's no way that Charlotte Flair is going to lose this. They're basically playing off Impact where Gail Kim put over Tessa Blanchard. With that, Charlotte Flair is going to win. Simple as that.
Jerry?
Oh, Charlotte Flair's totally gonna win because her momentum, like you guys have said, has cooled off, and we're in Toronto. What better place for Charlotte Flair to beat Trish Stratus in her own town, pretty much, and also get some heat.
Hella heel heat.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Especially if it's by unfair means in any way, shape, or form. The place is gonna go nuts. We're gonna get killed by Canadians on our first time here.
Yeah, this isn't like once in a lifetime where Rock and Cena face each other again. This, I truly feel that's going to be a one-off to put Charlotte Flair over because she is the now and the future.
Yeah.
This might really be Trish Stratus' last match.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Doesn't have to be, I don't think. She looks like she's in phenomenal shape.
Yeah. For having as much rust as she does, she actually does look great.
She looks a lot better than she did the last time I saw her in the ring.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know about a lot better. I mean, she still looked great then. It's just, it seems like she's been working towards this match, trimming up, getting in better ring shape. So I'm looking forward to it. In the vein of talking about the ladies, you want to go ahead and knock out the 2 women's championship matches?
Yeah, sure, why not?
Might as well.
What do you want to do first, Bayley or Becky?
Well, because I feel like it's kind of the weakest on the card, I'm going to give it a little bit of support by having us predicted next. Let's go ahead and talk about Bayley versus Ember Moon for the SmackDown Live Women's Championship.
Yeah. I have wanted Ember Moon to win the belt for the longest time because even when she was, just really starting out in the indies and everything, she was just phenomenal to watch. But I don't see Bayley dropping the belt right now. I really don't. And it's unfortunate, but I'm going to have to go with Bayley on this one.
Okay. No?
Unfortunately, I have to agree. Based on how they have basically showcased them, at one point we thought she was face, then we thought she was heel. I guess she's now still face. That apparently loses to Natalya, who apparently has been looked much more stronger than Ember Moon, thus making this match look weaker. And Ember Moon has been one of my favorites since NXT. She trained under Booker T back in Reality of Wrestling. I want Ember to win this, I really do. But right now, Bayley, she needs a strong title run. So far, they've been doing that well. I think it's going to continue. Bayley retains.
Yeah.
I don't think Bayley needs a strong title run. I think it's been fine for what it is. There's the chance of calling her a transitional champion here since it's been relatively short, but I don't think that's a bad thing necessarily. I think it is time to build up somebody new. And you can say that Ember Moon is great, and she is, but she hasn't really been built up in this company yet.
No,
this would be the perfect opportunity to start. Because it really is awesome.
Yeah.
The only thing that I cringe at Ember Moon is that sort of howl she does when she comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just doesn't sound right. To me, it sounds like She's trying too hard. She doesn't need it.
It's like her battle cry.
Yeah.
Do we think Sasha Banks is going to show back up in any way, shape, or form?
I really don't care. She's been gone long enough. I've already written her off.
Jeez.
I
was never that big of a Sasha Banks fan in the first place. To me, she just always seemed too cocky for what she actually has.
Yeah.
Well, being Snoop Dogg's cousin, I think will do that. Also calling yourself the
probably.
boss.
I like the Banks statement.
I'm going to go with virtue here. I'm going to call for a title change, Ember Moon.
All right. Cool. So let's go ahead and talk about the remaining women's match on this show for the Raw Women's Championship. Becky Lynch, the man, versus Natalya in a submissions match in Canada of all places. Oh, jeez.
Has Natalya been champion yet?
I think so.
On Raw?
On any show?
I mean, she was SmackDown Live champion at one point.
Okay.
So yes.
Okay. Well, then I'm gonna say Becky retains. Becky's too hot right now. I mean, I know she has kind of cooled off a little bit because they've kind of taken the edge away from her. But I think that's what this feud was meant to do. Put her in a match with the hometown hero. And like that it wasn't a promo. That clip that we saw.
You had the Hart legacy there that she could pretty much be like more or less attacking or put a chip into with Natalie Neidhart. So
yeah. Plus that video that we saw a couple of weeks ago where she came in and attacked Fit Finlay. I think this gives Becky a little bit of an edge.
Yeah.
And she's gonna beat Natalya in her hometown and catch that crowd boo. Even though probably everybody in America is going to be like, woot, woot, Becky Lynch. I think Becky retains.
Not this guy, but,
Are you saying title change?
Oh, no, I'm saying Becky Lynch is going to win, but at the same time, I'm not going to be one of those, Canadian people that are just cheering her for the fact that she's Canadian.
Well, right, because you're not Canadian. You don't care.
I don't care. It's but Becky Lynch is going to walk away from this just because also she's a promotional machine right now for the company. She's, the hottest thing in women's wrestling, in WWE at least. In women's wrestling in general, Blanchard's got that covered.
You damn right.
I mean, a few months ago at WrestleMania, Becky was the hottest thing in the company, period.
Yeah.
So, yeah, she has cooled off a tiny bit, but not enough to fall any stretch on the women's side.
And I think there's some sort of, there's going to be a jealousy angle brewing after a while, the fact that Becky Lynch has a belt and Seth Rollins doesn't. I think they're going to start playing off of that. So,
nice.
Well, I'm going to go with Becky Lynch.
You going to make it 3 for 3, Noah?
Absolutely. I'm not going against the man. She is the cover star. She's the cover star of W2K20. So they're going to market the hell out of her as a strong competitor when she's sharing the same cover as Roman Reigns. There's no way Becky Lynch is losing that title, especially when Raw basically has nobody else worth of that title.
No.
Sorry, Natalya, not your time.
No.
Support, no DQ.
All right, Simple Man, who's next?
Let's go ahead and talk about Hot Potato, United States Championship. The current champ, AJ Styles, representing the OC, I'm not talking about California, versus Ricochet.
Jerry?
I'm going to say AJ Styles retains, and it's going to be by nefarious means because, like we said, we have no tag match whatsoever, which means Anderson and Gallows.
They're going to be out there.
Yeah, they're going to be out there, or they'll be just or they'll come out halfway through causing a distraction. So I see AJ Styles walking out with the belt.
They're the club. They're going to come out with him.
Yeah.
Or
they'll do the Gallows type thing, but then even then, if they see he's in danger at all, they'll be back out on the ramp.
Possibly. Yeah, I think Ricochet was the transitional champion here.
Yeah.
You don't put the title back on the transitional champion.
Yeah.
So, I'm with you. AJ Styles retains.
Clean sweep. AJ Styles retains for the exact same reason Jerry put it. The OC is going to be involved. I originally saw a triple threat between AJ Styles and Cesaro Ricochet at a WWE Live house show, and who came out in the end? The OC. There's no way AJ Styles is losing this title, even if it's disqualification. He's still retaining.
Yeah.
Alright. Okay, this is going to be my highlight here. Because I want to know what this fucking entrance is like.
Yes.
Oh, I wanted to save this for the last.
No.
But let's go ahead and do this now.
The Fiend, Bray Wyatt versus the Fonz, Finn Balor.
Why don't you go first?
Okay, so I have no idea what to expect here. The number one thing I'm looking forward to, if nothing else, is the entrance. We know Finn Balor is going to take some time off following this for whatever reasons. No idea. Clearly they're going to save the Demon versus the Fiend as your big money match. Maybe Survivor Series if we're lucky. I would personally save it to WrestleMania. Without a doubt, though, they're going to push Bray Wyatt to the moon. Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, wins with a mandible claw, no doubt.
No doubt. And I wouldn't be surprised if they rename it.
Yeah.
Although I can't think of a better name. Honestly, I think Mandible Claw works just fine.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need another name for that move.
Plus, you get the rub, from Mick Foley.
Yep.
Especially since he was the first one that got it put on him by Bray Wyatt.
I
got to agree. This is the Fiend's debut. You don't let him lose here.
Well, the great thing that they can do with this, though, is show that Finn Balor cannot win without being the Demon character and make that almost like a storyline itself. The Fiend can have a hot feud with Finn Balor without Finn Balor even being on television. He could be calling out for the Demon while Finn's off getting married, recuperating from injuries, whatever. And then when he does come back, he'll come back stronger. Kind of like the whole Jericho-Malenko feud when Jericho completely carried a feud with Dean Malenko, with Malenko being gone for like 3 months off WCW television. So, yeah, it's going to be the debut of The Fiend, and Finn Balor needs to go away for a while, so that's how they're going to do it.
All right.
Alright, very nice. Boo. Fuck this, alright. Kevin Owens versus Shane McMahon. Let me just make this real quick. KO, kill Shane. Don't ever come back to TV, Shane. Good riddance. KO wins. Simple as that. If KO loses, he quits WWE, though. But KO's my pick.
I gotta agree with Virtue here. There is no storyline coming out of a Shane McMahon loss. Shane McMahon loses, nothing happens to him, KO stays. Where does this go from here? Unless this is the very end, but I don't think this is the very end. I think this is just the next stop on the road to Survivor Series, where between now and Survivor Series, KO, who gets quits, ends up showing up still and wreaking havoc, much like Stone Cold might.
Here's what I do know. Kevin Owens is not Stone Cold. Shane McMahon is not Vince McMahon. This is not 1998. I don't see him holding a gun to his head or pulling out a Zamboni.
Doesn't matter. Bischoff's in charge. Maybe that should tell you something. I'm going with KO to lose. I think KO quits tonight, or is forced to quit, but we end up seeing him on television anyway. So I'm going for Shane McMahon, probably some shenanigan victory, because none of his squad are in matches.
Yeah.
We're going to see Elias out there. We're going to see Drew McIntyre out there. And the ref's not going to call for disqualification because it's fucking Shane McMahon.
Yeah.
So I think Shane wins somehow.
Damn it.
Well, that's also my mentality at this point as well. I see McIntyre and Elias both trying to interfere, but my hope, since I do all this fantasy booking crap anyway, is Stone Cold does show up and knocks out both Elias and Drew McIntyre, but then Sami Zayn comes in and causes the match for Kevin Owens.
If I could see Goldberg and Stone Cold live in the same night,
yeah,
I could die on the way home and be happy.
That'll be the treat for this SummerSlam to make up for everything that's been going on recently on television, all the different storyline changes and drops of storylines, the hot potato titles, the seemingly non-stop 24/7 crap. It's just this will be the big payoff. You'll get to see Goldberg and Stone Cold on the same page.
So I'm kind of confused. Are you going with Kevin Owens to lose?
I'm going with Kevin Owens to lose. I think Sami Zayn's gonna come out there and cost Kevin Owens the match in some way, shape, or form.
All right. So what's next on this never-ending list of matches?
Never-ending list. All right, we got 2 matches left, and it's the classic song. And we got 2 top-tier championship matches left. What do you guys prefer, Raw or SmackDown?
Let's start with
SmackDown?
Sure, why not?
Yeah.
Let's start with the WWE Championship.
Kofi Kingston, The New Day versus Randy Orton. It's 2009 Revived. I am so sick of seeing pancakes connected to the WWE Championship. I want it brought back to its top prestige behind a champion I could take seriously. They put the rocket on Kofi Kingston. He's been champ for over 100 days. He hasn't lost a single damn match yet. Probably no losses in tag matches either, and picks up the victories. If anyone's going to take the title off him, it has to fucking be Randy Orton. Otherwise, this is purely stupid, stupid, stupid. Orton becomes the new WWE champ, much to my pleasing.
I agree with you on the pancakes. That's the only thing I agree with. I agree with you on the pancakes because Kofi comes out with pancakes stuffed in the goddamn title. And who wants to eat those anyway? All they're good for is a frisbee shot into the crowd. However, I disagree with everything else. Look, Kofi was mid-card. He wasn't a loser, though, by any stretch, especially for the last 4 or 5 years with the New Day.
He worked extremely hard.
The New Day have been mid-card champions over and over and over. They carry the tag team titles, they lose them, and they pick them right back up. That's why they're the 6-time champions now.
Mm-hmm. And all of them have gold.
And I don't think that it's necessarily the worst thing to take Kofi from the mid-card as a tag team champion and put him in the main event. Kofi has what you call resiliency.
Mm-hmm.
If Shawn Michaels is a believable WWE champion, if Daniel Bryan is a believable WWE champion, then Kofi Kingston is abso-fucking-lutely a believable WWE champion. How is the running knee any better than Trouble in Paradise? Spoiler alert, it's fucking not. Kofi Kingston is allowed to be WWE champion, the king of the brand, the guy on the top, and win all his matches. That's how the WWE champion ought to be booked. And he didn't go into this as a loser. He probably had a better win-to-loss record going into this than a lot of guys do going into the title picture. Especially Jinder Mahal.
Yeah.
A lot of people want to compare this to Jinder Mahal.
You mentioned Jinder before he started filming.
There is a huge difference between Kofi Kingston and Jinder Mahal. Jinder Mahal was picked as the guy from, well, not from India. He's actually from Canada.
Shocking.
But his heritage is Indian. He was the Indian guy picked to put the title on so that they could try and get a better response for the new WWE network over in India.
Yeah.
That was it. But it was forced down our throats. Nobody believed him as a credible champion. Kofi wasn't forced down our throats. Kofi was forced by the fans for WWE to make champion.
Yeah.
And you could say it was a fluke because Ali got injured and he ended up taking his spot in that gauntlet match that led up to the six-man chamber match. But for whatever reason, Kofi went into that gauntlet match and turned the crowd in his favor, and from that point on, it was inevitable.
Yeah.
So bash Kofi all you want to, but I think he's a believable champion. I also think that there's two ways that this story is playing out. Either it's the end of the feud that sort of has lasted 10 years, and this is giving Kofi his big win against a credible superstar, and closing off the idea of Orton being his nemesis for the last 10 years. You know, backstage and all.
Mm-hmm.
Or, as you said, Orton does win, and I would like that. It would give Orton his 15th championship, get him, or no, 14th.
14th, yeah.
He would tie him with Triple H, get him that much closer to John Cena, which I honestly think that Orton should have more championships than John Cena.
Yeah.
He has actually stuck around.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, that's neither here nor there. So there are two ways for this to go, but I think you give Kofi his credible victory. This might be Kofi's last victory as WWE champion, and to beat Randy Orton should shut you and Virtue and everybody else the fuck up. It should, doesn't mean it will. I'm going Kofi Kingston.
As long as he got pancakes behind that tower, I will never shut up. Honestly, I respect Kofi. I just wish it wasn't New Day as WWE Champion. I wish it was just singular Kofi Kingston as WWE Champion.
I would like tonight to end, or at least that match to end, with Kofi victorious, and then the New Day come out and turn on Kofi and break up the New Day, put Kofi as a singles champion without the New Day by himself. Maybe he loses his next defense because of the New Day. So maybe that's when they turn. I would like to see them turn and get away from it, because I agree. The New Day as sort of this umbrella over Kofi as champion kind of makes it look weak, especially with the pancakes, but I still think Kofi's credible. I'm going with Kofi.
All right.
You're going with Orton. Who are you going with?
I'm actually gonna go with Kofi.
Thank you.
I was gonna go with Orton just for the fact that, like, you know, RKO. I love seeing RKOs, especially out of nowhere.
Yeah.
But if he manages to either kick out an RKO or like maybe get his foot on the rope at the last second, it'll add that extra drama to the match, which is usually sorely missed in these things lately. So, like, the fact that Orton is posing the biggest threat, which sad to say about Samoa Joe, because that should have been the major threat right there. Yeah.
Why is Joe the fall guy?
Yeah, I don't get it. I really don't.
The only thing I can think is that his contract is coming to an end and they're not sure if he's going to resign, so they're just using him and his intense personality to help put over other people.
Yeah. But I'm going to go with Kofi on this one, and like, if I think if the New Day does lose the belts, they're going to be losing them in some way, shape, or form together. And then maybe that'll like cause enough stress for them to break up and finally end that.
Yeah, and that can't be tonight unless they add a show to the kickoff.
Yeah.
So
The New Day needs to end. That's just all I'm going to say. This was a hard match for me to think about. I just want New Day done.
Yeah.
So let's close this off because it is hot as balls in here. We got a hotel with no central air. So there you go. We've got the limpin' gippin' Seth Rollins trying to take the title back from Brock Lesnar. We are talking the Universal Championship. This is the main event, so let's let Noah go first.
The only reason Seth won at WrestleMania is because it was the opener. No one saw that coming in a million damn years. It's Brock Lesnar. He's the main event. He's the so-called top draw. He's Vince McMahon's baby, even though Vince is Brock's bitch. There is no way Brock Lesnar is losing this title. Seth Rollins, I feel, is going to finally turn against the audience or take time off. Seth, you had your moment. You've already kind of deflated yourself personally, and the whole Becky angle even hurt you more. Sorry, bro. I'm going with the Beast, Brock Lesnar, with at least 8 suplexes.
Jerry.
Brock Lesnar all the way. Seth has set so many different fires that like the WWE can't even keep up with them.
Burned himself down.
Yeah, like just adding more attention to AEW, adding more attention to Evolve with or New Japan even with Will Ospreay and everything, kind of damaging their reputation with them, and then like pretty much being made out to be Becky Lynch's bitch at this point is not the greatest thing in the world, but at the same time, Brock Lesnar's going to walk away with the belt on this one.
And then we won't see him again until Survivor Series.
And I'm with you on that. I think it's going to start pushing Seth Rollins almost in a jealousy type angle, especially since Roman Reigns and Becky Lynch are on the same cover of the video game that he did by himself, I think it was last year.
Yep.
So I think it's going to become that jealousy issue, and that could set up for a feud between him and Roman. Probably reignite his career a little bit with a heel turn. So
reignite.
I wouldn't be.
And then burn it down.
Yeah, there you go. I wouldn't be against Brock Lesnar winning the match if that's the case. So that's fine, Brock Lesnar.
So they've spent 2 weeks breaking down Seth Rollins' ribs.
Yep.
There's one of 2 reasons for that. Either A, they're showing that he's going to come back from the injury and still beat Brock Lesnar, instead of low blowing him and then hitting the curb stomp 3 times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or they're doing this because he's already beaten Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania and they want to give him a credible reason to lose.
Yeah.
Either way, Brock Lesnar wins.
Can we see a curb stomp but reversal into an F5?
Absolutely, I think that could happen. You remember
That could
WrestleMania
happen.
31?
Yeah, the RKO out of
He
the curb
lifted him up
stomp.
and RKO'd him.
One of the
Yes.
best. That is probably my 3rd favorite RKO behind Evan Bourne and No, my second favorite RKO behind Evan Bourne.
I'm about to say Evan Bourne. There's no beating that one.
But between that and the zigzag, I think it was when Dolph Ziggler tried to pull it on at one point. He managed to do it that way too.
Fuck the zigzag. Can we talk about the fact that the zigzag is no longer a finishing move?
Yeah.
When was the last time he pinned somebody off the zigzag?
Yeah.
Spoiler: never. Like I don't think he's done it in like 7 years. He wins off of a super kick.
Yeah.
Yeah, because he's imitating Shawn Michaels, who super kicked him Monday Night Raw. Receipt sent.
So yeah, if Seth Rollins had to low blow Brock Lesnar to win at WrestleMania, there's no way he goes into SummerSlam with essentially broken ribs and defeats Brock Lesnar. So I'm going with you guys, Brock Lesnar to retain.
All the way until October.
Yeah.
So that brings us to the end of this prediction video for the NXTeam. Thank you, Noah, for coming to our hotel and joining us, and thank you all for joining us. Where can we find you, Noah?
We get to see the plugs live.
Yes.
This has been in the making since the get-go. A pleasure, gentlemen. Hopefully this isn't the last. Ladies and gentlemen, if you want to know more about me, know this. I'm just a simple man and a lifelong fan of wrestling. So if you want to follow me, if you want to follow me and talk anything wrestling, you can look me up on Twitter, nodq.com/Noah, takes to my Twitter page, or follow my simple YouTube channel here at youtube.com/user/NoahFawcett210, where you'll find all sorts of recaps, extras, reviews, and predictions on all things wrestling, mostly beyond WWE, because I work with these guys with WWE stuff. Japan Pro Wrestling, AEW, Impact Wrestling, Ring of Honor, and Independent Wrestling. Support independent wrestling, folks. And as always, support NoDQ. They're the reason I'm in YouTube. They're the reason all three of us are here. Buy a shirt, nodq.com/shirts. I plan on wearing mine Sunday during the meet and greet here, right here in Toronto.
It's orange. It's great. You have to go to Pro Wrestling Tees to get my shirt and search for NoDQ.
Yeah.
I don't think that's made it to the Teespring store yet. But
yeah, there's two different stores, but I believe the link carries you to all the shirts, regardless. So buy yourself a shirt, nodq.com/shirts. Follow NoDQ on all your social media platforms. Your opinions matter. Go to the official website. Troll virtue. Make a friend. Make an enemy. There's comment sections on everything. Polls, columns, memes, GIFs, recaps, sexy female pics. You name it, it's there. It's mostly WWE, but we're invading with NXT and AEW. And as always, I'd like to close. Support your wrestling outlets, both big and small. And let's keep growing this incredible wrestling community together and make it glorious. Simple as that.
Well, if you'd like to join us on a future video, we do reviews of NXT UK with guests on the big screen. That's our NXT party. And we also do Rated R Reporters, a few different other kinds of videos for our channel. So if you'd like to find us and become a member of the NXTeam, you can go to nodq.com/Stefan. That'll take you to my Twitter page. That's STEFAN. If you just want to look me up on Twitter, it's at Stefan R. Osborne, OSBORNE. As always, the R stands for restricted. You can also find the gentleman on Twitter
at NoDQ General, and also my Facebook group Armbar, all capital ARMBAR.
Exclamation point!
No lag that time.
No lag. That was awesome.
Perfect.
Yes, it was. Just join us there. Memes, discussions, and whatnot. They'll try us on regular Facebook. We stay spoiler free, son.
Hashtag spoiler free on all social media for me too, including 205 Live, which of course my heart. Hashtag 205 that matters.
Yes.
Yeah, you can also find me on Instagram now at osborne.stefan, so that's fun. I don't do anything there, but you're welcome to follow me. And if you want me to follow you back on Instagram or Twitter or whatever, just send me a DM and I will. I've got no problem with that, but I'm not going to do it instantly. It's just too many people. Also, if you like our video, click the like button that's underneath me. And if you like all of our videos, please do yourself a favor. Click the subscribe button that's over there underneath Jerry.
Do it.
And if you are watching this on NoDQ.com's YouTube channel, click that bell icon because we just recently crossed 100 subscribers on Aftermatch Wrestling. But we lost 4 in a day. We gained 6 in one day, and like 3 days later we lost 4. I think there's a troll out there with 4 different YouTube accounts that decided to fuck with us. So we are not at 100 yet, but as soon as we hit 100 subscribers, we're going to go live with What's NXT. That's our NXT review show on our channel, Aftermatch Wrestling. That's all one word, AFTERMATCH, Aftermatch Wrestling. And we are going to go live with everything if we ever hit 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah.
But if you are on Aftermatch Wrestling, please subscribe and do us a favor and click that share button. Share it on Twitter, share it on Facebook, share it on your YouTube. Help us share the videos and grow our fan base so we can get to that 100 and start going live on Thursday mornings with What's NXT.
Yeah.
I think that's all the plugs.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Let's open up the door and get some air in here. Y'all have a good night. Thanks for joining us.
We're going out for poutine.
Have a good day, folks. I'm gonna go see Ring of Honor and meet Marty Scurll.
Whoop, whoop. Awesome. We'll see you next time.
Good luck.